All right, if you can see my screen, please go and react on the last message I just dropped on the group. If you can see my screen, please go and react on the last message I dropped on the group. Please, if you can see my screen and you can hear me react. Okay. All right. All right, let's go. So we are going to be doing confirmation entries. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get confirmation entries. Right, it's like when I send a setup to the group, and then I tell you guys wait for confirmation. And basically, I'm going to be showing you guys what you guys are waiting for. Where should I start from? All right, so let me start with this one. Let me start with this setup right here. I will do like few setups, and then I'll also show you when there is no confirmation also. All right, so you guys already know, if you've been watching my YouTube channel by now, you should know what the strategy that I trade already, right? It's basically SBI sweep break and inducement. Sweep break and inducement. I have my type 1 setup and I have my type 2 setup. All right, so for this now, this is a type 1. This is a type 1 setup, but you can also call it a type 2 setup because I'm supposed to use this as my sweep. We can also call this type 2 setup. Basically, the type 1 setup looks like this. Let me just draw it out so that you guys can just follow up. So the type 1 setup looks like this. This is a type 1 setup. This is my sweep, this is my protected high, this is my liquidity, which is inducement. Right? SBI, sweep, break, S for sweep, B for break, I for inducement. Then there's an order block here that did not get retested. There's an order block here that did not get retested. So we use the order block that order block will be our POI. So we use the order block to sell down to the lowest points the market got to before making its way to POI. Which this is the lowest points the market got to before making its way to POI. Alright, so I'll move further. Alright, so this is, you can call this then okay, let me show you the type 2 setup. Type 2 setup basically means there is no sweep. It's simple. It just means there's no sweep. It means you only have your order block, your liquidity. You only have your break. Should I call this a break? No. You only have your order block, your liquidity, which is your inducement. You can call it inducement liquidity, and then and then you wait for price to get to your POI, and then break down go down to the downside to the lowest point the market got to before making its way to POI, which I'm going to show it to you guys. So this is our order block. As you can see, basically an order block is the last candle before an impulsive move to the opposite direction. You can see the market has been buying. The market has been buying. This is the last candle before this impulsive move to the downside. An impulsive move is basically a move with force. You can see this drop. It used just a few candles to cover up all these plenty candles. You can see all these plenty candles. And then it just uses like 3 candles to cover it up. All right. And then price tried coming back. Basically, liquidity is price trying to come back to retest because in synthetic indices, right? Price does not leave other blocks unretested. I'll say that again. If you're trading synthetic indices, price does not leave other blocks unretested. All right. So it's always going to come back to retest another block. It's always going to come back to another block or something like that. So this is price trying to come back to retest this other block to continue selling, right? But what happened? Price did not get to it. Price did not get to it. Basically, this did not happen. This did not happen. Price did not come here. It did not tap into this other block. This green candle, this last green candle, that's our other block. You can see that's why I have this horizontal line here. All right, so price did not come to retest this other block. Rather, what the price just came a little bit and then it started reversing back. It gave us our second break of structure. Now, I used to tell people this. This is not a mentorship class, but I'm just going to help you guys, give you guys what you're supposed to know, right? So, this second break of structure is very important. The second break of structure after liquidity has been given is very important. It's very, very important. In fact, if there's no second break of structure, you don't have a trade basically. Because if this is ours, let me show you the second break of structure. So this is, let me just draw this whole thing. All right, our second break of structure, this is it, where you have this line. Let me make it bolder. Where you see me have this black line, this is where we have a second break of structure after liquidity was given, after liquidity had formed, right? So if you don't have the second break of structure, basically you don't have a trade. I'll also show you it here. You can see this is, let me just show you guys what we have here. So this is, let me show you this diagram. So this is our other block. This is the other block. Price came here, gave your liquidity. Price came, gave us liquidity, gave us a second break of structure, which it gave us a second, it broke below the support level. Sorry. Price broke below the support level. This is the second break of structure, which this is the same thing that we have here. Second break of structure, second break of structure to the downside. So what are we expecting price to do? To come into our POI, which this is the same thing that price did. It came to our POI and sold down to the lowest point the market got to, which this is the lowest, which let me mark out the lowest point. As you can see, the same thing here. This is the lowest point the market got. This is the lowest point the market. So the market came, it sold down to the lowest point. I hope that part has been understood. But then when price gets to your POI, we don't just start selling. You understand? We don't just start selling. We wait for what we call confirmation. Now, confirmation entries can come in different ways. You can use an engulfing candle for your confirmation entry. Basically, an engulfing candle is a candle that engulf after price got. You see this candle got to POI. Let me take this out. So this green candle came into our POI. The next candle is supposed to engulf the previous candle. Now, what do I mean by engulf? It's supposed to do 100% or 90% of this candle. It's supposed to come all the way and close below the candle body, right? But of recent, I've noticed that does not really work. That does not really work anymore. All right, because derive is also derive is regulated by is a broker. Derive is a broker, but Derive is paying you out of their pockets. Unlike you using XNES, let's say you're using XNES to trade, using OctaFX to trade. Those ones they're making their money off. eh, Basically the decisions that is happening in the world is affecting currency pairs, right? But in synthetic indices, no matter what's happening in the world, it does not affect it. The only people that have the power over it is the broker itself that is giving you access to be able to trade it, which is Derive. So maybe they have noticed that. So maybe they have noticed that an engulfing candle has been working for like a long time. So they tweaked it a bit, which I've also followed them, right? Because I also have a new confirmation entry. Before, if 3 months ago, you will hear me just talk about only an engulfing candle, but right now, I don't even use that anymore. Right? I don't even use that anymore. All right. So, but I'm going to show you guys what I do. So, when price gets to your entry, you wait for just one thing. You're going to wait for price to break the last support zone, the last support before price goes to POI. I'm going to say that again. So when price gets to your entry, when price gets to your entry, that's your POI, your order block. When price has retested the order block, you wait for price to break the last support it formed before before making its way to your POI. Where is the last support? This is the last support. You might hear people say open and close level, open and close level. Basically, open and close level it means the close of a candle and the open of another candle. Open and close level. It is basically the close of a previous candle and the open of another candle. So that's what I'm marking here. Where I'm marking right now is my open close level. This candle stopped forming here. This next candle started forming from here. I hope you guys understand that. So, and this is also the last support. This is a support. This is a support. This is a support. This is a support zone. This is a support zone. This is a support zone. This is the support zone. This is the last support zone. This is the last support level that was created before price goes to POI. So what do you wait for? You wait for price to break this support zone. When price has broken and closed below that level, what do? You enter the trade. And as you can see, so when you enter the trade, I'm going to show you where to put your SL because there are some pairs, there are some synthetic indices that are very volatile. So I'm going to show you where to have your. So let's say, this was our initial. This was our initial SL here. That's above this level, above this resistance level. All right. So let's say you take. Let me bring this here. Okay. Let's say when this candle closed, you enter this trade here. If you have a really good account size, this is very important. If you have a really good account size, you can still use the original SL. But if you don't have a good account size, you bring down your SL to above the next resistance level. Then you target the same place. And as you can see, price hits TP. You guys can see price hits TP. Let's go to another page. Let's go to not another page, this same page. Let's just go. Let's look for where I had an entry. All right. So we have this one here. Although this one was quite although this one came back to entry points, but exactly what I'm going to show, the same thing actually happened here. So let's say you waited for price to come here, and then when price came here, there are most times that this kind of trade, I actually went down to the lower time frame to find my confirmation, but I'm not going to show you guys that one because there's a lot I have to take you guys through before you guys will be able to go down to your lower time frame. I know which time frame to be able to, so I'm not going to do that because there's a clean confirmation here, so I'm not going to do that. So when price got here, price started buying, right? Price started buying, and the price now came back to entry. You can see, like we basic market structure in a bullish in a bullish scenario, only the highs gets taken out. The lows don't get taken out. This is a low. This is a low, right? This is another low. This is another low. If you want to mark it, you notice that each of these lows did not get taken out. Let's check it out. This is basic market structure, something you're supposed to know. I mean, you can see this is the first low. Price did not take it out. This is the second low. Price tried coming back, but did not take it out. This is the third low. You can see all this. If price came back and took out this low, I would have probably not taken this trade anymore. This is why you people need mentorship. Like all these small details, all those small details, you need to pay attention to them. Just little details, like as little as this. Because if price broke below this low and then still gave a confirmation, price might still come back and take you out. So those little details, you need to also pay attention to them. All right, so you can see price did not take out any of that low, any of these lows. All right, so that is why when price got to entry, where is the last resistance level that was formed before price got to entry the second time? This is the last resistance level. Yeah, like I always say, the open and close of that candle you mark there. And as you can see, like I told you guys, that price does not leave in synthetic indices. Price does not leave mostly, like 90% of the time, price is not going to leave other blocks unretested. You can see this is an order block. Let me take this out. You can see this is an order block. When price broke this resistance level, when price broke and closed below above this resistance level, what happened? Price came back to retest this order block, to use this order block to buy up. I hope that's clear. That is so once price breaks above this level, breaks above the last resistance level that was created, that was formed before price gets into POI. Once price breaks above it and close candle body, you can see this green candle, it closed above this. It was not a wick like this. It's not a wick like this, it's a candle body. So it closed above this level. That is how you know you have a confirmation to buy this market. So you enter your buy here, and then you put your let me hold on. Sorry guys, just give me let me draw this well. All right, so you take your trade. This was our original entry. This was our original entry. Your SL will be slightly, let's say, this is a very strong zone. You can see price tried breaking, but it did not. So your SL is going to be below here. All those little details, like you need to. That's why I will always say you need mentorship, because all these little details. Someone will just put his SL just above here, and price might actually come to take you out. You get, but for me, I'm going to put my SL below all the support levels, which is here. All right, and then you see price is supposed to buy up to the highest point the market got to. But then let's say we enter the trade after price gave us our confirmation. All right, so this is our TP. If you have a good account size, you can still maintain the original SL. Do you understand? If you have a good account size, you can still maintain the original SL. But if you don't have a good account size, if your account size is not that, it's not much basically, and you need tight SL, so the last support zone. All right, and then you can see price got to TP. Price got to TP. Let me look for one more. Let me look for one more. All right, let's use this one. Let me use this one. So let me use this one. Or let me check if there's another clear one. All right. I have a trade I was supposed to take. And then okay, this one, this trade. So let me show you why. Even if this might still hold, I was supposed to take this trade today. So let's say this is our type. These are, we can use as our sweep, our order block, liquidity. So we're expecting price to come here and sell down to the lowest point the market got to, right? Now when price got here, you can actually see price started reacting to our like what I actually predicted, right? But then price even broke like this support level. Price broke below the support level, if you can see. But I won't really take this. I won't really consider this as a valid support level. I will not really go into that. So this is the support level that if price broke below this support level, if price broke the support level, it's going to hold. But you can see what happened. Price came. Imagine somebody else that doesn't really have experience and everything is actually going to sell this market and then put his SL somewhere above here. And price, see what price the price took out. Price took out that person, right? And what I'm seeing right now is price actually trying to sell from here. So let's say the only time I can actually take a trade here is if price does this. If price comes, if price sells close below here and then comes back into this zone to retest an order block, that's when I know that I'm going to sell from there. You guys should watch out. This might actually happen. You guys should just watch out. This might actually happen. Price might come take out this support level, because once price takes out this level, it's going to sell. It's going to sell to TP. I would like to say they know born and well, make no sell. So it's actually going to sell down here. It's actually going to sell to TP, right? Because if you want to check, there is really no liquidity. This other block, the liquidity is really far from it. Like I said, these are small details that I just hosted. I'm about to start a mentorship program, and I told you guys to join in. And some people actually joined in, which they're actually going to see the use of joining a mentorship program, right? There are small details like that, like knowing when to leave a trade, like knowing when, like, because if I can, why I'm able to hold this trade down here is because I know that nothing can happen here. It's because of the previous move of the market, right? That's why I can hold this trade from wheresoever I enter that trade till it hits TP. It's only because of one thing, experience, and the next thing is because I know what's happening here. Like now, as I can see that I have another block here. I cannot use this as my liquidity. I can't use this as my liquidity. Do you understand? Because it is too far. It is too far from my other block. This is another other block. I cannot use this as my liquidity. It is too far away from my other block. You guys understand? So it's because I know what has been happening, what the previous price movements did. That's why I'm able to hold this trade to the lowest point in the market, to the lowest point the market got to before getting to PY. All right. So like I said, the only time I'm going to sell this market is if price breaks this low, this support zone, support level, comes back to retest another block and then break. Give me a second break of structure. Gives me the second break of structure. Then I know that yes, I can start from here and then put my SL like somewhere here and sell down. All right, let me just do one more so that you guys can really understand what I'm talking about. All right, we have another trade here. We have another trade here. I can't really, I can't. Showing you guys this one is going to make me go down to the lower time frame, which I do not want, I don't really want to do. Which I don't really want to do. But I think this trade was on my 2 hours. Yeah, on my 2 hours. But showing you guys this is going to make me go down to another time frame, which I don't want to do right now. Let me just look for like a setup that I've already taken. A setup that is clear and simple for you guys to understand. In case you want to trade on your own, because I'm actually locking in with my people. I will just be dropping videos on our channel, on the general group, so you guys can keep watching. All right, so let me just be checking for uh, what time frame is this? Okay, sorry, I'm checking for. Okay, I have this. Let me check if the confirmation entry was a simple one. All right, so we had this is our order block liquidity. So we're expecting price to come into here into our POI and then start down to the lowest point. We already know that one. So where is the last support level? This is our last support level. Oh, now well, make it no sell after price has actually broken here. If it does not, then maybe derive has done as either derive has a hand or your bias is wrong. Or your bias is wrong. It's either of those two. So confirmation is really simple. So I hope with this viewpoint of mine, you guys now know how to actually get confirmations on your own to be able to trade. I would like you guys to do something for me, please. I need you guys to go and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'm going to drop this video and then I'm going to drop this video on YouTube. Like in the next few minutes, I'm going to drop it on YouTube right now. I need you guys to please. I'm going to post. Let me post my channel right now. I need you guys to just go and subscribe and then maybe drop a comment. Any type of video that you guys want to see on any type of video basically that you want to see. Maybe let's say when you were practicing, then you had let's say when you were practicing, you had a tough time with something, right? And then you don't know how to go about it. Just drop it on like one of the videos. Just drop it like a comment on one of the videos, and I'm going to make sure that I made this. Why I'm doing this confirmation is because someone dropped a comment. Basically, that's why I'm doing this confirmation. That's why I'm showing you guys this. It's basically because someone dropped it on the comment section. So that's why I'm doing it. So if you also have an issue, you should do the same thing. And I'm going to actually help you guys. Basically, I want you guys to be able to trade on your own. I don't want you guys to need to pay for signal room or all those little things before you can actually make money. All right. So please, I've dropped my YouTube link right now. Please, you guys should help me subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.